Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Dread Captures. Today I'll be bringing you the best of the wildlife captured on trail cameras and other crazy and amazing wildlife footage. From bobcats in hunt, bears fighting, and a terrifying group only known in folklore known as the Manigishi. So kick back, relax, and let's get into the captures. Now this is amazing trail camera footage. So the owner of the land found a fresh deer killed by a mountain lion on his property. He was able to get some awesome still pics of the lion because he would return every night to feed on the deer, but he wanted trail cam footage of the cat, so he set up a trail cam. It captured the mountain lion coming and going, feeding, day, night. It attracted a few other animals. But the best part is when his 15-year-old English bulldog Dozer discovers the carcass. And there he is. But one night, Dozer shows up on the trail cam, sniffing around, doing his thing. But he's not alone. Those eyes in the background, they belong to the mountain lion. It looks like Dozer smells the cat. He smells that something's in the area. He turns around and sees the cat and then rushes him. Dozer's probably none the wiser that cat could lift him up and just carry him away. Nevertheless, Dozer struts back in view of the camera while the lion slinks away. Obviously, an English bulldog is no match for a mountain lion, but Dozer was able to scare away the lion for the time being. In the animal kingdom, predators have a finely tuned sense of when to fight for their prey and when to just give up. Likely due to their instinctive knowledge that fighting could potentially mean injury or death, whereas giving up may preserve much needed energy resources. Anyhow, just an amazing trail cam capture, and we hope that Dozer is still kicking. This next video is pretty crazy. In Kazakhstan, a fortunate deer was rescued by local residents. They spotted the deer outside in the snow with its head tilted down, unable to move or walk. Upon closer inspection, they discovered that the deer was frozen in place due to a large amount of ice covering its mouth and head. Temperatures had reached negative 68 degrees Fahrenheit, and the deer was helpless to free itself. The video shows the rescuer gently holding the deer and breaking the ice off its head, freeing it from its icy trap. Man, thanks to their quick thinking, the deer was given a second chance at life. This next capture is amazing. It's May of 2020. You could see it duck away. It peeks its head out and then goes back really fast, then peeks it out again and goes back. The family filming would turn the flashlight off, wait a few moments, turn it back on, and the creature would be looking at them, but do the same thing, duck behind the rock, show itself. The mother said at first that she thought that this was just a child, but it wasn't one of her children, and because of the area they live in, there wouldn't be any children playing around this time. She said it moved in an odd way. It was the size of a child, but it did move like one. The coordination was too good. If you look closely, you can see the shadow reflecting off the rock. Now, of course, this could be a hoax, but if nothing else, seeing the shadow proves that the creature really is there. Kathy Strain has a different perspective on the creature captured in this video. Kathy is well versed in the legends of the Manigishi and suggests that the creature being nocturnal and the way its body moves, it matches the characteristics of the Manigishi. By using the nearby doghouse in the footage for size reference, it indicates that the creature is not particularly large. Based on the size, its nocturnal eyesight, and behavior, Strain believes that the video may be proof that the Manigishi is a real creature. Unfortunately, for anyone that crosses paths with one of these, they need to be on alert. One of the Manigishi's biggest delights is to crawl out of the rocks and capsize the canoes of people and watch them scramble to safety. Hopefully. Experts say they are small but devious. They are mischievous. They are out to get you, and you'd be wise to keep your distance. Overall, it's fascinating, really. As for now, what do you all think about the Manigishi? Let me know in the comments. Have you heard of them? Has anyone had any contact with one? I'm very interested. Here we see a juvenile bobcat recently caught on camera playing with a venomous rattlesnake in the wilderness. The footage, taken in a remote location, shows the young bobcat approaching the snake, sniffing it and then playfully batting it with its paws. Despite the danger posed by the snake's venom, the bobcat seems fearless and continues to play with the snake. I mean, look how quick and agile he is. After several minutes of playing, the bobcat suddenly grabs the snake in his jaws and kills it, eventually rolling in it. This behavior is not unusual for bobcats. They are known to be highly skilled hunters. However, their ability to handle venomous snakes is still surprising, as a bite from a rattlesnake could be lethal to most animals. Man, this footage is just fascinating. A glimpse into the complex world of wildlife. You never know what you're going to see in the forest. That's why when these bears started running around, the hunter in the tree stand took out his phone and started filming. Little did he know what was going to happen next. As the bear scampers up the tree, the guy's face is priceless. Neither of them can believe it. The bear eventually shimmies down the tree. Makes you think, what was chasing them? Nevertheless, a great capture. Rancher and farmer Jake Mitchell from southwest Kansas was in for a surprise when he discovered one of his missing trail cameras hanging from the antlers of a big deer. He noticed the camera was missing from his property, where he grows crops and raises cattle, but didn't think much of it. Not until his cousin spotted a mule deer with something unusual on its head. When they saw the deer again, they were shocked to see the missing camera on its antlers. Mitchell's farm is typical of the region, wide open and windswept with few trees, which is why he has to mount his trail cameras on fence posts. However, the local deer population uses these posts as scrapes, which led to the camera ending up on the antlers of the 8-point buck. Luckily, having a landowner tag to shoot a deer, Mitchell was determined to recover his missing camera. After the brief hunt, he walked up to the deer and found the camera wrapped around its antlers. Unfortunately, the camera was broken and the SD card was missing, so the potentially amazing footage of the deer grabbing the camera and giving us a real look at his habitat was lost forever. A landowner has placed a trail camera on this stretch of road on his property, and you won't believe what he caught. In this trail cam clip, a fawn has wandered out to the road. Being cautious, and when Mr. Bobcat gets to the area, he definitely senses something has been there. As we fast forward a bit, same camera, just now it's nightfall. You can see the bobcat spot something. Look at the way he crouches and moves his head, staying hidden but also keeping his sight on the prey. Unbelievable. So, same camera, same place, hours apart. Do we think the deer are just bedded down in there somewhere? Let me know what you think in the comments. In my last video, I talked about a young boy being saved from hypothermia by 3 beavers, which was amazing. But in this video, we see a beaver just beavering. The up-close look is pretty interesting, especially since the tree he decides to fall has a trail camera attached to it. I won't show the whole clip because it's kind of long, but the beaver is just doing his thing. It appears he's going back and forth from 2 trees, and he eventually falls the tree with the camera. I guess the beaver wasn't interested in being spied on any longer. I do wonder if he dragged the tree to his dam with the camera still attached. This next beaver clip shows a big old fat guy located next to a river in Maine. Look at how much he's gnawed off that one tree. That's incredible. And he started on that even bigger one to the right of the screen. I mean, come on, what the heck is he going to do with that if he brings it down? Seems like a lot of work. He should just find another tree, but I'll leave that to the beavers. As he starts back in on the tree on the left, the time lapse is cool and you can see that he's getting close. The daylight video shows just how big these trees really are. I'm pretty blown away by this, honestly. Those trees are massive. A few nights later, he comes to finish her off. A few more chomps, and he knows the tree is about to fall, and almost gets crushed by it. But there he is, proud of his work. Just really cool footage that you would never have seen without a trail camera. This next video is a very odd one. We can clearly see something completely unnatural in this eerie video. At first glance, it appears to be a young woman wearing a hospital gown in the middle of the night, in the middle of a field, which is creepy enough. But as we take a closer look, there really is something not quite right about her. It appears she is sporting some kind of headpiece. However, it's difficult to make out exactly what it is. The timing of this bizarre appearance is also noteworthy. 3:33 a.m., often referred to as the witching hour or devil's hour in folklore. A time historically associated with supernatural events and paranormal activity, wherein witches, demons, and ghosts are thought to be at their most powerful and evil actions are set in motion. Let me know what you guys think about this. This clip is incredible and pretty much speaks for itself. The bear, as you can see, is swimming after the calves. Mom swoops in and runs interference and backs the bear off a bit. But ultimately, one of the calves gets separated, and that is the beginning of the end for that little guy. An expert weighed in on the video and says that it looked like the mother had to pick which one of her children to save. And not surprisingly, it wouldn't be the first time an animal mom was forced to identify the weakest link in her family chain and use them to placate an existential threat. In fact, it happens more often than you think. It's a cold move, maybe the coldest, but in the end, it is the right one biologically speaking. Though it may seem harsh, it's the right move to ensure survival of her family in a dire situation. Now, the following footage claims to show something frightening hiding in the woods, but the validity of this claim is highly questionable. The supposed creature is never fully revealed to the camera, and its movements, while quick, could easily be explained by a number of other factors. Additionally, the lighting in the video, while aided by infrared, would have made it difficult to accurately identify the source of any movement. Furthermore, the creature's supposed desire to come out from hiding before ultimately disappearing completely out of frame could easily be interpreted as simply being a trick of the lighting or a misinterpretation of the footage. I'd say until there's concrete evidence to support this video, it's wise to remain skeptical. Thanks to a trail cam, we now have a rare glimpse into the wild and what bears do when humans aren't present. This trail cam captured a thrilling video of two mature black bears locked in a battle, which some may interpret as a territorial fight, but it is more likely a display of dominance or a defense of a food source. The clip showcases two black bears, with one being a cinnamon bear, a subspecies of the American black bear that has a brownish color and darker arms and face. The bears charged at each other with full power and strength, until the cinnamon bear overpowered the other, knocking it down before standing up and continuing. Safe to say, this trail camera footage has provided a unique insight into the wild world of bears.